Hello, 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 gamers. Welcome. Bubba coming back at you. We're going to take a look at a fairly cool game. I've played it a couple of times, um, but it is Cubic Odyssey. And they've done some updates, or they continue to do a ton of updates. They even have a dedicated server now and other stuff. But think of it as Minecraft sci-fi with a complete story and not just solar system, but universe or galaxy. So let's check it out. We'll do new game. Now, on the new game here, we get to choose what profession, which does have advantages. So like this one has bonuses for mining speed and the chance to obtain more raw materials from the same resources, both planet and in space. We've got a crafter, obviously cheaper to repair. Crafting will generate our already modded gear. Then we have a pilot that does better at space combat, also has better shield and cheaper repair cost. Then we have a knight. The knight has bonuses for fighting against the red darkness. So we'll learn about the red darkness later, but think of it as the enemy or the big enemy. There's others. It will clear dark cubes faster and obtain more resources from dark enemies. All right. So I think I'm really leaning towards miner because we do have to get a lot of material throughout the whole thing. But then we do also have to do a lot of crafting. We're going to go with miner for right now. All right, and then we're going to just leave this as the random. We're going to do story mode, and we are going to do the tutorial because we're trying to show stuff. And we'll just change this to Bubba Plays Games. There we go. And, oh, you can't go backwards. All right. Oh, that was weird. Okay, so let's do this. Bubba Plays Games. There we go. And let's start.
Once upon a time, in a galaxy far, far away, an amazing, peaceful civilization was flourishing. Led by noble Queen Atia, they mastered the arts of building and crafting. They created things of unimaginable beauty and ruled over thousands of planets. Their culture flourished and lasted thousands of years, full of joy and happiness. Until one day, the day red darkness appeared at the heart of the galaxy. It spread and corrupted everything it touched. Understanding the grave danger, the Queen decided on one final desperate act: to select her bravest knights and send them far away into the unknown, to the empty margins of the galaxy. Their mission is only one: learn more about the darkness and find a way to fight it. Each of them is expected to survive, rebuild, and rise to overcome the darkness. The final hope of saving the galaxy. You are one of these knights, and your epic journey starts now.
So as you saw, we got a shot. So now we're crash landing. Are you okay? This was quite a crash. Let me see how you are. Let's go over the basics. Let's begin with the basics. Let's open your inventory. Press tab button to see your status. Alright, hit tab. You can see your stats, inventory, and shortcut to interactions. Press escape and tab or the inventory tab button. Close. Sweet. Alright. So now we need to reach the nearby ruins. Here's telling you how to do the movement. WASD. Control is for kneel or crawl or crouch. Shift is run. Space jump. A lot of the same things you normally would expect. Alright, so we can interact with our excuse me, Cubie. But for right now, you can see our busted up ship here. Let's just run over to the ruins. Okay, so here's how you can do inventory clicks, which is one of the updates they came out with, which is nice. If you hold down the shift and do one, it just immediately transfers one. If you hold down control, it'll do 100. As if you double click, it'll just do everything. Alright, so let's run down here. Reach the nearby ruins is completed. Request an extractor T1 from QB1. So one of the ways you can do that, you hear the animal. I'm not sure where the animal is right off, but you can hear it. Alright, so one of the ways of doing that is hit the tab, click on the QB, and then down here, request a mining tool. Now we are ready for work. New task, gather leaves from the trees. So this is the most basic type of tool. You'll need to create better ones later. This seems to be some sort of alien flora. We can harvest the mass. Okay, so gather leaves. So let's go gather some leaves. Sorry about the road. I guess something in there bothered me there. Alright, so we can get leaves. One nice thing I do like about this game compared to like Minecraft is if you put your mouse over it, it actually tells you what it is. And there's multiple types of leaves and wood and everything else. But when it tells you get wood, then you can just get any type of wood. But it's interesting that there's more types, which makes sense. Alright, let's do that. Let's go ahead and get some of the wood. Probably going to need that anyway. So we need more leaves. We got to get 10 total. Alright, let's go over here. Be easier to get it off of these. Okay, we gathered the leaves. It's complete. Now we're going to request a crafting bench. Well, in order to do that, I really want to go ahead and just build it in these ruins. Because as you can suspect, at nighttime, there are baddies that come out, which around here is not necessarily the animals, but pirates. So, let's do this. Extract crafted crafting bench. Now we're going to deploy it, which means you just get it, and then you can rotate it or whatever else, but it usually does a pretty good job of figuring it out. So let's put it right there. Done. Craft a bandage. So we go here, we interact, we do a bandage. It uses 10 leaves. So let's craft it. Done. Now bandage restores life hearts. It's going to have us probably do that. Use the bandage to heal yourself. Alright, so we do 5, and then first mouse button. There we go. Gather trunks from trees. New task, craft a wood chest, because I already grabbed wood. So now we can go to wood chest. So it can be upgraded later. Yeah, that's the nice thing. Most things can be upgraded once they're in place, so you don't have to recreate. So let's go ahead and craft a chest. The other nice thing, I'll tell you here in a second. Let's see. Deploy a wood chest. The other nice thing is, if the crafting station is next to near the chest, it will grab materials out of it, so you don't have to have them on you, which is really nice. These things on here will show how full it gets also. Alright, so we need to craft a backpack, and that is going to... If you click here, you'll see what those mean. That's a wood and leaves. So we need 2 wood and 4 leaves. And you can pin it too, but we already have it pinned in the top left just because of the task. So let's get going. This one's got plenty of wood. I do like the way it shows a percentage as well, which is really nice because it lets you know how far away you are going on that, or how far you are from getting it. Okay, so we got plenty of that. Now we just need leaves. And you'll see every once in a while we'll get saplings. If we plant those, believe it or not, they turn into big trees like that. Alright, so we got enough now. Let's go back. This game is insanely immense, which you'll see pretty soon when we look at the solar system and stuff, and it tells more. Alright, so we entered a base area. Go here, backpack. craft. Okay, it automatically equipped it, which is nice. So, now, let's see. New task, we're going to gather dirt. Okay, but first, we'll look here, and you can see now we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 slots, not just our inventory, but actually 10 slots. And as you can see, you can expand out from upgrades to get the rest. All right, and then you can also click here. You can look at the tasks that you have. You can also do discoveries, things that you've discovered. Here's all the recipes you know, planets, systems, which we'll get into later, right? And the character, here's the cool thing. You get, you level up, but then you also level up in individual things. So like crafting, we've done quite a bit of crafting, so we're getting that leveled up. Unfortunately, this one has not leveled up. But you'll see our mining speed already has a bonus, and our extra resource chance has a bonus. And our mining energy cost is negative, only because we are a miner. And as this level goes up, these go up as well. So, let's go ahead and get down here. We need to gather dirt. All right. All right, so we've got dirt now. Now we need to gather stone. Well, that's going to be further down. But one thing I would like for us to do, and you can see at the bottom there where it shows like the slash with the sun and the dark, that's showing you that it's going to start getting dark. And right now we've got rain. But we also have a light, although it will use up power. And if you hit the tab, you'll see over here we have a gear fuel cell. It shows we have 96% of it left. Okay, so as we use the light and the miner tool and stuff like that, we use that up. So we're going to be mining anyway from our base. So let's just go ahead and get some stone that way. That was dirt. You can see it goes faster through certain materials than others. But we're going to go ahead and gather that. Okay. Now it wants us to craft a refinery. So let's go ahead and craft a refinery. We'll do it like right here. But we'll do it in here first. We have to go to basic refinery and craft. Now it's going to want us to place it, obviously. We'll place it right there. Then if we interact with it, we have to burn wood in here. Here it's going to tell you that refineries need fuel in order to extract pure elements from ores, materials. Okay, so you're going to get the gist of it. If you need to, pause it and read it, but basically you put some type of fuel in here, which there can be multiple types of fuel, wood, coal, even energy cells. And then you put in here what you're going to melt, so to speak, and then it comes out. All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do wood. Because what we're going to do is do the shift. We'll get one here, and we'll put it there. Okay, now that's going to give us coal, and coal we can put down here. Now we've got a new discovered resource, which is coal. Okay, so now it wants us to burn wood in the refinery, burn dirt in the refinery. Okay, there we go. So let's burn dirt, and we don't need a lot. Let's just, oh, I did control, whoops. I'll put that back down here. All right, and that gives us clay. So if you double click, it'll take it out. Now, here's one cool thing. Oh, you can't put it in there. I was going to show you it. Hang on. Craft a gear fuel cell. Okay, so here I'm going to show you guys something because it takes coal anyway, which means we're going to need more wood. So let's do the wood. And you can see they kind of do a thing kind of similar to roots, because it goes way down here. And then, as you can see, it goes down under the ground over to the right, like a root system, but obviously in blocks. But I think that's pretty cool. They thought that far ahead. All right. I think you You gamers might actually like this game just because it does have a lot of really cool things and a nice story. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to burn wood. Now, here's what's cool. If you stand out here, when it gets finished, you're going to see it appear right there. And that's a symbol for what just got smelted. So if you have a bunch of smelters or refineries, you're going to see on the top as to what they have done in them, which is a nice touch, I think. So let's go ahead and put that coal down there, and we need one, oh no, whoops. I keep forgetting to shift. There we go, we need 2 for ourselves. We'll let this burn, and then we'll go over here and get a gear fuel cell. Now this is what we need in order to replace the one that we have, and the nice thing is it will replace it automatically when this runs down to 0, so you don't have to worry about doing that. But I like putting it up here instead of on my bar because that way I'm not dealing with it. And that is one thing I wish it did, is automatically put stuff in your inventory first before putting it in your bar. That would help a lot. Alright, what we got now? Request a weapon from QB. Let's do that. Request a weapon. Alright. Now we need to gather copper ore. I've noticed some uncovered ore patches where our ship crashed. We should check those too. Alright, so day-night cycle, there we go. Night is approaching fast. Beware during the night. Dangerous creatures roam free. Danger levels depending on planet type and location in the galaxy. Build a shelter or prepare to fight. So that's really cool. I like the way they do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try and cover some stuff up. So let's do... we have leaves. We're not going to use leaves. We can use dirt, though. Dirt is strong enough. Okay, and then it's telling us how we can do the flashlight. And then even when your energy's gone, it'll still work, but very low intensity. Okay, so let's get... I like the way here you can see it'll attach. See there? It'll attach to that side. And you don't even have... that way, you don't have to be right on that side, which is nice. It can really help in a lot of stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do... okay, we have a lot more to do. We need to do it fairly quickly. So let's go ahead and get this. Go through all this. Okay, so we'll get a whole bunch of these. Now, I will say this, something I've had to learn, is if you're not careful, the pirates can break down your wooden door. They'll attack it and destroy it, and then come in on your base. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a door, probably like here. So let's go ahead and close this up. We'll do that with, we got 2 different kinds of darts. That's okay. And then we'll do one down there and one down there. That closes that up. So let's do... ah, wrong thing. That's okay. Get rid of that. Let's go ahead and put that there, put that there, 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 there. There we go. I'm going to close this up. Oh, there we go. All right. That being said, let's see. There is a way. Here we go. Wood door. We need 2 wood for that. So let's go get that real quick. That way we know how much we're going to be filling up here. And we're going to need to get more dirt. Okay. Let's go get some more wood. There we go. Okay. Let's go do the... Yes, I know I need to gather copper ore, but I want to get prepared for the dark first. So let's do a wooden door. Craft, and let's do 3 of them. That way, okay, so we just increased our level crafting. So that way we can put like one here where oh, I'm gonna have to put 4. Let's put wood there, and then we can put the door right there. We can put a door. We need to J for rotate. There we go. And then 4. I'll put some blocks here. There we go. I'm not super worried about every spot being closed up, but we need most of them that could be used. Let's put that there. That's good enough. Go over here. We need to put something. Oh, well, that worked. There. 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 Okay. 5. We're going to run out of blocks again. Gonna need to get some more. Yep. Alright, let's go get some more blocks. Okay, some more dirt here. And get this all done. We'll get through where we can at least see the whole galaxy and stuff like that before we call this episode. It's going to take us a lot of episodes to get through the tutorial stuff, though. It's a large game. Alright, so we also need another door. Let's put one there. And then let's go ahead and get our wood. Dirt. There we go. And do it like that. And then we can do one here. And then we can do there, 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 there. Aha. And there. I think that's got us enough. Yep. I have not seen them come over the top ever. So we're going to leave that for right now. Alright, now we need to do copper ore before it gets dark. And you can see it's going to be getting dark soon because of where it is on that bar down there. So let's go real quick. See if we can't get some copper for nighttime. And I think in order to do a bed, we have to build even a different appliance. So we'll do that later. Okay, so we've discovered iron, which is right here. We're going to go ahead and grab some of that. All right. New discovered is aluminum, so we discovered aluminum there. This is copper, and that's what it needed us to get. But we're going to get more than one. So let's get a aluminum. Gather iron ore has been completed. Okay, so now we got to refine stuff, okay? So we'll come back and get this stuff later, but with it getting close to dark, let's not risk it right now. I do like the way it does a real sun line of where it's coming over the mountain, so to speak, where the mountain's blocking stuff. That's really cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this in case. And I'm pretty sure we cannot make a bed in this. No. That would have to be after we upgrade this. And we'll get to that point in the tutorial. But you can see here, this is what it's going to take to upgrade it. And then we get it advanced and we can build other appliances. Okay, so other than the refinery, because I think refinery was... Yeah, basic refinery's in here, but that's about it. Alright. So now we need to refine the iron ore. So let's go in here. We're going to take the charcoal, or the coal, put it in there, and then we need the iron. There we go. I think this could be a fun series to do because there is a mode that you can play that's not the story mode that randomizes the planets and everything that's on them and all that stuff so that it's replayable a lot more without the whole story. You can just go and explore, build all kinds of stuff, and just have fun. But the story mode always has the same stuff or the same planets and that kind of stuff. Okay, so we got that. Let's get the iron. Now what? What I tend to do is when I get the ores and stuff, I put it in the chest. That way when I'm doing, first off, it frees me up from having to carry it. But that way it's right next to the crafting machine that I would use for anything. Okay, output trays are full. Pull that down. Get that one going. So while that's going, let's go ahead and deposit. And let's go ahead and deposit leaves. We don't need the stone. We have some more wood. We're going to leave that in there because sometimes we need that. We may go ahead and plant those. I don't know. Put the clay in there and we'll put the grass in there. Which we can now already upgrade. As you can see, we can upgrade this. That will give us an extra 10 slots. Which is really nice. But we're going to wait. That way we can get this tutorial done. So let's go ahead and grab that. So now it wants us to create a shock stick. Now I have not have much use out of a shock stick because you have the pistol. Okay, so we're going to need 1 stone, which we do not have. Okay, so let's go get a stone. It's easy enough. We can just do it here. Yep. There we go. Craft it. Crafting. Now you can see we can actually upgrade the crafting bench too, but we're going to wait. Okay, new task. We're going to gather sand. Okay, I happen to know sand is down this way. Let's go ahead and grab this, and we're going to put this in the chest. There we go. Okay, let's go real quick before it gets dark. Sand should be right down here. You can kind of see it. Yeah, it's going to be getting dark real soon. Fortunately, we have a little time after it gets dark, but not a ton. Okay, let's get sand. Now, sand is made for building glass, which, as you can imagine, is used in a ton of things. So I'm just going to grab some sand. Let's go ahead and head back up. We've entered our base area. And that's a long ways up. Probably should build some, nothing else, put some dirt there to get us going. Oh, there we are. But that's okay. Just do that. Go over here. Close this one. Done. You should be surprised. The pirates can actually jump and everything as well. Alright, so what we're going to do is we have to put the... we're going to do just a few. Ah, I did it again. There we go. Get that. And we did that. Okay, craft a scanner 1. Okay, this is good. We definitely need a scanner, which you'll see here. Alright. Use your scanner. It's going to be the Q. Time we checked our position. Okay, here we go. Now we get to learn a lot. See here, we've got signals on this planet. Now let's see where we are. Okay, so there's the planet. Right? There's the solar system. That's the star, and we are just pretty far. It's a long way back home, and probably the red darkness is spreading farther and farther. So now you can see how many star systems there are to explore. And that's going to show us where we came from originally. Right there. Capital planet. Where Queen Atia stayed behind. We'll need to return there once we find out how to fight the red darkness. But our ship is damaged, and it is in no condition to take off right now. We should further develop our small base and focus on repairing the ship. Okay, so now they want us to upgrade the crafting bench. Definitely want to do that. Okay, so now if we look at our characters, see, we are now level 3. Our mining is going up, our building is going up, and our crafting has already gone up. So that's another feature I like about this one too. Okay, so we're going to need iron and aluminum before we can do that. Now, we see a QB. Later when we get QB a scanner, we can do a lot more stuff. Okay, so let's go real quick. We're still waiting on it to get dark. Nearby signal detected. That could even be a pirate. So let's try and get what we can out of here. So we already have copper. And then this is coal. There we go, we got aluminum. And we need, that's coal. That's iron. Aluminum. And that's aluminum. That's iron. Okay, that should be enough to get us going. And it is now officially basically dark. So let's try and get back where the pirates come out. I think it's also got really beautiful graphics for the sky and everything. Alright, let's go. Okay, gonna close that. Gonna go here, and we're going to upgrade. Oh, we gotta do the stuff first. Oh, I forgot to close this one up. Whoops. Let's see, we still got some dirt. Let's go ahead and close this up. There we go. There we go. Alright, so let's do the refinery. We can put the iron in there. And you'll also notice that some of these metals take longer to cook, refine, smelt, whatever you want to call it. So we'll put aluminum in there, even though we can't do anything with it yet. We'll put the coal in here. I kind of use this as a storage of coal, and if I have a recipe that needs coal, I can just come here and get it, because coal is just so easy to make. So we're going to need 2 of these. Okay, so we already got 2, so let's go over here, and we can upgrade it now. There we go. Sweet. Alright, so now we need to craft Extractor 2. But I want to look... That's the basics. Appliances, I think we have to have the builder bench in order to do furniture, which would also include a bed. But for right now, let's just stick with what it wants us to do. Okay, so we need another aluminum ingot. And then I'm going to show you something really I like about this game. Something else I like about this game. So, ferroglass lids is something that gets crafted from other stuff that we need. The cool thing is, if we click on this, it immediately says, oh, in order to build this, you need this, which then needs this. And then we can actually hit craft and then go back to it. And I thought we had extra sand. I guess we don't. Well, that stinks. We had sand. Did I really cook all the sand? I did not mean to do that. Alright, well, should we risk it? Why not? Go out this way, though, because that way I can close the door back. And we're going to go down this way. And we're going to keep our pistol on us. Later, we will see even some hostile flora or whatever as well, plus animals. All right, nearby signal detected. That's probably going to be a pirate. Let's try and get what we need real quick. All right, let's get back up. And I'll show you how this crafting logistics works, because it's really cool, I think, compared to some of the other games that do the crafting stuff. Okay, so if we do here, if we go here, now we can say, okay, fine, craft one. And you can see there, now it shows us this. We can hit back, and guess what? Now we're exactly back where we were, and we can hit craft. I think that is a fantastic way of doing it. I wish others did a lot of the same. All right, so let's put some of this stuff up. Later, you get a recycler that can turn things, anything you don't want, into energy to use in energy cells. So, okay, so now we need to craft wiring. Oh, look at that. We actually have the stuff we need for it. So let's go to parts, wiring, craft. Okay, and now it's I'm just gonna let you see though before we move to it. Craft a drone scanner. Okay, so if we go here, and go there, it's gonna want ferroglass. We can say yes. Then we go there and craft. Done. And later you can see where you can get like a better power supply, a better scanner for your drone. Okay, now the cool thing is we can have QB scan for ore, which comes invaluable later. So what we can do is, now this planet only has tier 1 and tier 2. And the way you can know that is if you go to, where is it? I think it's on map. You'll see down here, moderate ore, which just tells how abundant. And then it only has tier 1 and tier 2, right? If we look at the system, which we can now look because we did the scan, you can see that this one here, if you click over it, it has tiers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they're all moderate. And then if you go down here, you can see this one has tiers 4 and 5, but they're abundant. Okay? So, now what we can do is tell QB1, we haven't discovered these yet, so we can't tell them individually like we can here. So we'll just say, okay, scan for any tier 2. Any of them. Aha. So we found it. It's right there, 12 meters. So what we can do is, where was I? Guess we'll go down this way. So, go that way. Yep. Okay. Then we'll do kind of a spiral to get over where we need. Okay, like this. And it's going to be right here. We'll just grab it. Silver. Okay, now that we've done silver, look at this. If we go back to QB, it'll show we can search for silver specifically. So that's really cool. Next step, gather gold ore. Okay, so now it wants us to gather gold. Well, so anytime I find ore like this, one thing I like to do is do the Q. That'll show us any other ores around, which there are some right here. And it'll keep showing us for a little bit. It doesn't time out right away. So that's more silver. More silver. More silver. Okay, now you can hear the pirates up there. Okay, silver. Another Q again. There's some over here. More silver. Wow, we found a large patch. We'll get gold eventually. A lot of times gold will be near silver from what I remember, but not always. Alright, and I think... Nope, there's some right here. And I think we found gold. We did. Right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some more of that because we will need gold. Okay, so now it wants us to refine it. Okay. Now let's get out of here. How did we... Ooh, we're like way up there. Alright, so let's do 6, put there. And... Oh, we can't do the double jump stuff yet. Okay. Let's put one there. One there. Oh, okay, gotta get rid of this to be able to jump up. Okay. Uh-oh. I hear somebody. They're probably right outside our base. Alright, well. Okay, I'm gonna have a hard time here. There we go. So, can probably see him at some point sitting outside the base. Alright, but for right now, let's go ahead and arm ourselves just in case, but let's go ahead and they want us to refine the gold. There we go. There he is. You can see it right there. So if I do a Q, you'll see it shows some different things. And a lot of times there it is. There's the pirate. He's jumping around outside, but you can see his gun coming through. Alright. Now, it wants us to gather the gold ingot. We did. Craft a drone stick. Stun stick. Okay. So we need iron and ironstone powder, which we can make out of stone. So let's craft that. All we need is iron ingot. Well, we don't have any more iron. So, what we can do, have this, put it in here. We'll put the ironstone powder in here. Let's go ahead and get the silver being done. Just so we are utilizing our time wisely. Then what we can do... Oh, there he is. Usually he'll fight himself through the door sometimes. So you have to be kind of careful. So what we can do is tell Cuby, hey, guess what? I need iron. Okay, there's some iron way back there. So let's go back down this way. Go over this way. Okay. Keep going. Okay. Move this way now. We may find some material on our way. Okay, we don't need to go any further down. Okay, going through all this here. get over there. Pretty soon we're going to call this episode. We just need to get some iron and stuff, and we'll get to where it wants us to get to our ship and then leave, because that starts a whole nother process. Actually, wants us to do a speeder before then, and also wants us to do a city at some point, so probably call it right after this. Okay, so this talks about how the batteries work. Craft some batteries. One should always have a stack of batteries on hand. Remaining without power, your jet's pack and suit and other stuff becomes useless, and also the extractor and flashlight will become less effective. Yes. We find more and more stuff to be used, and I'm guessing it's probably running low. Yes, 24. We already have that one sitting there, so we're good. Alright. Nice thing is your QB will keep stuff lit up until you get it. It's not like your regular scanner, where it'll time out after a little bit. Go. And usually when there's one, there's usually a few, and I'd like to go ahead and get all the iron we can, because we're going to be using it. And we've gone so far away, we've left our base area. Oh, there's one. Okay. And I know there's one. Oh, one there. There's one also here. Wow, there is a lot here. Okay, we may just go with what we got. I don't want to be here all night. So let's go ahead and get these two. Oh, there's more. Okay, that's a lot. So, oh, did I mess that one up? Nope. There we go. I hear him, and he ain't happy. Okay, let's pull that out, and let's do the iron. Look, there's a meteor shower coming in. They're quite dangerous, but they also have a good source of rare materials. Let's check out the crash site. Yeah, I don't really want to do that right now, because of the dude out there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some of our... Oh, there we go. We're going to get the rest of that out of there. Let's go ahead and put our silver in here. So here we go. We got it now. We got some. Alright, good. Go over here. We're going to craft it. Done. Now it wants us to do an armory bench. That's going to cost us wiring, which we can only do one of those, because now we need more aluminum, iron, and copper. Wow. Okay. Alright, everyone. I think this is going to be a good place to call this episode, and we'll do the next episode from here, and it looks like we're almost getting to the daylight, which means then we can go get a lot more of the material, especially around the ship. I want to get every ore I can from over there, because it's like, from what I remember, it's quite congested with all the ore, and it'll make it really good. So hit subscribe and like if you haven't. Please leave comments, any tips you found in this game if you played it, and let me know of other games that you'd like me to try. That's it for now. Bubba out.